We made it. Success habit 9 and the final habit in the Ninja 9. Update your database weekly. I'll be honest with you, I'm a total nerd about this one. There is something deeply satisfying about a clean, complete, up-to-date database. It feels like everything is in order, every contact is taken care of, and my business is running the way it should. Chapter 28 of Ninja Selling puts it perfectly. Your database is the central nervous system of your business. It represents your relationships and is your most important business asset. You need to take care of it and update it weekly. One more thing before we get into it. Updating your database is one of the most delegatable tasks in your business. If you have an assistant, this is an excellent use of their time. The filters we're about to walk through make it easy for anyone to sit down, work through the list, and get it done efficiently, whether that's you or someone on your team. Ninja Selling outlines 5 steps for updating your database weekly. Update, add, delete, backup, and print. I'm going to walk through all 5 and show you exactly how each one works here. At the top of your contacts page, you'll see a button called Update My Database. Select it, and it opens a menu of filters, each one targeting a specific type of missing or incomplete information in your database. Select any filter and your contact list immediately updates to show only the contacts that need attention in that area. Work through them one at a time and you are actively updating your database. Let's go through each filter. Households not receiving any postcards. These contacts have a mailing address on file but aren't assigned to receive any postcard campaigns. Simply check the boxes to assign them to the postcard campaigns. They're now in your autoflow system and receiving up to 2 autoflow touches per month just by doing this one step. That is literally all it takes to send them postcards. They now will receive those automatically. Households with empty last conversation fields. These are contacts with no recorded live interaction on file. If you know when you last spoke with them, open that contact and update the field now. If you genuinely don't remember, that tells you something important. They're overdue and need to be at the top of your customer service call list. Households with empty relationship status. These contacts haven't been assigned an A, B, C, D, or not applicable status yet. Open each one, assign the appropriate relationship status, and save. And just as a quick reminder, the stop symbol means you're storing that contact in your database, but they are not a marketing contact and won't count toward your sphere of influence. Think lenders, inspectors, attorneys, people you want in your system, but not in your marketing rotation. If any of those contacts do refer business to you or would personally use you, make sure they have a real relationship status assigned instead. Households with missing mailing addresses. No mailing addresses mean no postcards. Plain and simple. Work through this list, track down those addresses, add them, and get those contacts included in your postcard campaigns. Contacts with missing phone numbers. This filter shows contacts where one or both people in the household are missing a phone number. Open the contact, see who's missing a number, and reach out in another way to get that phone number. Contacts with missing emails. Same concept. One or both contacts in the household are missing an email address. Track those down and get them added so you can reach out to them via email and so that they can also be added into your email marketing platform. Contacts with missing birthdays. One or both contacts are missing a birthday. Reach out and get it. Birthdays are one of your best reasons to send a personal note or give them a call. You don't want to miss that opportunity just because you never asked. Households with missing home anniversaries. Here's a tip for this one. Not everyone in your database owns a home. Some are renters, and the system doesn't automatically know the difference. So here's what I recommend. Create a renter tag in PulsePoint HQ. When you find out a contact rents, tag them. That way, when you're working through the missing home anniversary filter, you can quickly identify who is genuinely missing that date versus who simply doesn't own a home. It saves you from going back and checking the same contacts repeatedly. And as a bonus, your renters become a targeted group you can reach out to with information about the benefits of home ownership, special loan programs, affordable home developments, and such. For home anniversaries specifically, most people don't remember the exact date they closed on their home. I typically get their address and look it up through public records or the MLS. It takes a minute and it's so worth it. Households with 2 contacts and a missing wedding anniversary. Not every household with 2 contacts is a married couple, but if they share a last name, that's usually a good indicator. Work through this list, confirm who's married, and get that anniversary added. Wedding anniversaries are one of the most impactful personal notes you can send because couples rarely receive acknowledgement of this special occasion from anyone other than their spouse, so it really stands out. Don't miss that opportunity. Here's something I love about the habit of updating your database, and it connects directly back to success habit 8. If you're ever short on live interviews for the week, updating your database is the perfect opportunity to catch up. Here's how I do it. From your contacts page, first filter by last conversation. Set it to more than 90 days ago. Now you're looking at contacts who are overdue for a live interaction. Then layer in the update my database filters on top of that. Missing a mailing address? Call them and ask for it. Live interview. Missing a phone number for one spouse? Call the other and ask. Live interview. Missing email? Call and let them know you'd love to add them to your newsletter or send them a helpful resource. Live interview. Missing birthday or wedding anniversary? Call and ask. Live interview. The exception is home anniversaries. Again, most people don't know their exact closing date off the top of their head, so I don't bother calling for that one. I just look it up myself. The point is, every one of those calls is a reason to reach out. Ask forward questions, listen for change, and count that conversation toward your 50 live interviews for the week. You're updating your database and building relationships at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone. Part of updating your database weekly is adding new contacts you've met and new information you've learned about existing ones. For new contacts, don't let yourself freeze because you don't have all their information yet. Add what you have right now. Even if all you have is a name, add them. They'll show up in your Update My Database filters and you can fill in the rest over time. For existing contacts, hopefully you've been updating their information throughout the week as you've had conversations with them. If not, now is the time to catch up. Add notes, update forward details, and make sure every conversation you've had this week is reflected by updating the last conversation field. Ninja Selling acknowledges that some contacts will leave your database over time. People move, relationships change. Some contacts will need to be removed. Here's my honest approach. I rarely delete contacts entirely. Instead, I change their relationship status to not applicable. Here's why. If someone went and listed their home with another agent, I don't want to delete them from my system. I change their status to not applicable, which automatically removes them from my sphere of influence count, all postcard campaigns, and all birthday and anniversary filters. They're still in my system, but they're no longer in my marketing rotation. If they come back around in the future, it's easy to update their relationship status and bring them back in. Deleting them means starting over from scratch, so I don't like that. Your database is your most valuable business asset. We already discussed that. And Ninja Selling tells you to have a backup copy. From your contacts page, ensure all filters and tags are cleared. Select all households, go to bulk actions, choose export contacts, and select every field. Export the file and save it to Google Drive, OneDrive, or whatever cloud storage you use. That's your backup copy. Ninja Selling recommends doing this weekly. I personally don't do it that often. For me, it's like monthly. But it takes just 2 minutes and it protects years of relationship building data. The final step Ninja Selling recommends is printing an updated copy of your hot list and warm list to carry with you throughout the week. Here's how I do it. Clear all filters, select your hot list and warm list tags, choose select all contacts, go to bulk actions and select export contacts. I export name 1, phone 1, name 2, phone 2, tags, and last conversation date. Open that file. Widen the columns so it's easy to read. I add a date column at the end so I can jot down the day I called or saw them if I'm not in front of my computer when it happens. Sort by tag, and now you're ready to print. You have a physical copy of your active leads that you can carry on a clipboard all week. When you call someone or run into them in person, jot down the date right next to their name. At the end of the day, come back to PulsePoint HQ and update those last conversation fields. One more stop worth making as part of your weekly database update, your dashboard. Scroll down to the Sphere of Influence section. The number at the top shows your total sphere of influence, every household in your database actively being marketed to. I've got to admit, I love seeing this number increase over time. Keep in mind that anyone with a not applicable relationship status is excluded from this count, which is exactly how it should be. Below that, you'll see two filters, but these filters are specifically focused on making sure your autoflow marketing is reaching everyone it should. The first shows how many households are not currently receiving any postcards despite having a mailing address on file. Select Add them to a campaign to see who those contacts are and get them assigned. We are looking good here. The second shows how many contacts have an email address on file but haven't been added to your email marketing platform yet. Select View Contacts to see that list and then get them added to HomeBot, MailChimp, or whatever you're using for email marketing. Once you've added them, check the box below their email so you know you've completed that and save. Work through both of these filters and you can be confident that every contact who can be receiving your autoflow is receiving it. 2 postcards a month plus 1 email per month equals 36 autoflow touches per year, but only if everyone is actually set up to receive them. Updating your database just got a whole lot simpler. My recommendation is to set aside 30 minutes to an hour, either at the beginning of your week or at the end, and work through these steps consistently. I personally prefer the end of the week as I use updating my database as another reason to complete my live interviews if I'm running short, all while ensuring my database is clean and ready for the next week. Do this weekly. Your database holds your future business, so take care of it. And that wraps up the Ninja 9 inside PulsePoint HQ. Now it's time to go and build something great.